We need to have Miss Tall International 2008 for one of her final appearances. Billie Jean Morrison.
Do you remember when I used to be shy? Look what you've created, TCI. This past year has been an incredible journey, and I learned about myself and TCI, but I did not learn how to tie a bow tie. My first trip was to Boston. My first learning experience was just how naughty your stomach gets when you miss your flight on your first official visit. I missed my flight to Boston. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I was gonna buy tickets at American Airlines. I called Marie. Marie, I missed my flight. Okay, we'll get on the next plane. So Marie was my shining light at the end of my terrible travel day. And when I got to Boston, everybody was very supportive, and Boston is always in my heart. Thank you so much. And I can't read anything I've written here. I get to use notes this year, but who can see? The wrong page, that's why. In February, I got to go to the state I was born in, Arizona, and it was my first event with Central Arizona Tall Society. And I had a great time, and Katz, I'm still gonna get my little brother to come to one of your events. So you haven't seen the end of me. And Peggy, Queen Sitter Extraordinaire, you're not finished with me either. I'm with you forever, girl. I also learned when going camping with the Redwood Empire Tall Club, if you go to Salt Point, it is not a camping trip for novices. The weather was everything. Rain, we had a little bit of sun, a lot of wind, but it was a great time because it's always about the people. And then I went to Florida where I had a different geography lesson. I never knew that when in Florida, and people in Florida talk about the West Coast, they're not talking about California. Oh no! I was confused a lot when I was in Florida. It had nothing to do with the drinks I was drinking. And then I got to go to Portland for the Rose Parade, which was wonderful. Although Portland never guaranteed me a sunny day for the Rose Parade, did you, Maggie? But it was a great time, and Portland Club is wonderful. And now here we are in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Club, you are great. Thank you so much for hosting convention this year. Keep applauding and trying to find my spot, okay? Okay. You know, since I've been in Las Vegas, I've been hearing a lot of conversations about, well, how'd you first find out about Tall Clubs? What was your first event? What did you do? And you know what the responses are I'm hearing? Well, my first event, I met fill in the blank, and because of fill in the blank, I came back because fill in the blank made me feel welcome to the club. So are you a fill in the blank kind of name? Anybody? Anybody? We need to be those fill in the blank kind of names to keep people coming back. And because we are the people who make TCI the great club that it is. Couple more notes. Many of our TCI activities kind of reflect what's going on in the world outside. I was going to say the United States, but then I forgot. Then I remembered Miss Norma, and I had to include the whole world. So this year, tough times for the world, and we have 2 contestants in the pageant. And I've heard some people say, so why even have the pageant at all? There are only 2 people, we should just do away with it. Would it surprise you to know that this is not the first pageant with 2 contestants? 1958 had 2 contestants. Since 1958, we've had pageants with up to 22 women. So I think we should stick around for another 51 years and have some more pageants. I'm guessing I'm doing a little preaching to the choir here, maybe. But it's good to have that support. My first pageant was in 2002, because the women who are in the pageant, we come into the pageant for many different reasons. Y'all don't know all of our backstories, and some of them are pretty incredible. Mine wasn't so much, but I was still there. 2002 was the Sacramento pageant, Sacramento convention, and it was pretty much dedicated to Sharon Peter. And I was in the pageant to honor Sharon. And about 3 weeks before the pageant, Winnie Heinsohn died. That year was one of the toughest years I've ever had, but I did pageant for them. They are two women who just were incredible influences in my life. The first time I met Winnie, she said, "Oh, you have to be in our pageant. Pageants are wonderful, you meet great people." And I'm thinking, who is this crazy woman talking about pageants? Pageants weren't for me. I'm not one of those girly girls, and it just wasn't for me. Then guess what? I met some of the women who were in the pageant. Guess who I met? I met incredibly strong, independent, well-spoken women who loved TCI and who were focused on making this organization a better organization. They share their enthusiasm with talk clubs, with the people who make up talk clubs. And guess what? I found myself in a friggin' pageant in 2002. How did that happen? How did it happen? So since 2002, I've been asked to justify pageants by many people all over the place. People I work with who know nothing about talk club. Why do you guys have a pageant? What's going on with that? And I really have no logical explanation, no reason, no return on investment, none of that stuff. And then about 3 or 4 months ago, I was watching Good Morning America, late to work, as I wanted to watch Good Morning America. Robin Roberts was on, and I don't know if you're familiar with Robin Roberts. She is a newscaster who is high qualified for TCI, and she has been going through her journey with breast cancer diagnosis and treatment. Well, for the Emmy Awards, she was given her choice of 3 evening gowns, and she was made up, and she had makeup artists, and she had all this great stuff going on. And she came back from the Emmy Awards, and she said, "I felt like Cinderella. It was just a great experience. And I have these 3 evening gowns that I want to contribute, I want to give to 3 of our viewers who would normally not be in a position where they would have an evening gown. Because I had that Cinderella experience, I want to share that with 3 women." Robin Roberts taught me what pageants are about, the Cinderella experience. It's no accident that Kay worked for Disney when she founded TCI. Disney, the world of Magic Kingdom, Cinderella's castle. The women we have here tonight are incredible women. I'm so proud to be associated with this organization. And I'm pretty emotional, who knew? We're in Vegas, and one of the sayings of Vegas is, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I agree with that to a point. But what happens here tonight on this stage in the next 15, 20 minutes, when we crown our new Miss TI, let's share that with the world. And let's have the new Miss TI have the Cinderella experience that I've experienced this year. And may all of you have the Cinderella and or Prince Charming experience that TCI can offer. Thank you so much.